Hey, welcome to the RV Boss. I'm Willie. In this video today, I'm going to share my process of winterizing my 2007 Class C motorhome. And it's important to make sure all the water is out of the system completely once the temperatures drop below freezing on a consistent basis. And for me here in the Northeast, that's usually around November, around Thanksgiving, something like that. So I'm going to do that today. In this particular RV, the holding tanks are located underneath the floor, so they're within the insulation of the coach. However, even in extreme cold temperatures, they can still freeze. Water can still freeze inside of them and cause cracking. So I'm going to go ahead and drain all that out and then put antifreeze throughout the system to prevent any other damage to the fittings and the pipes as well. All right, so with that said, let's get into the video. So to begin, I drain all the water from the freshwater tank by opening the exterior valve to the freshwater tank in the rear. Next, I open the water heater plug to allow all the water contained inside to drain out. It's best to open the safety valve first to release any built-up pressure, just to be on the safe side before unscrewing the plug. In my case, I already did that, so I usually just loosen the plug a little at a time to release any pressure and then just completely unscrew it. It can pop off if there's a good amount of pressure still inside. Once the water has drained, then I turn off the valves that are inside the coach underneath the sink, usually next to the sink where the water heater is located, just to prevent any of the antifreeze from entering the water once I load the system with antifreeze. Once all the water is drained, I then begin to fill the lines with antifreeze. And I've tried two different methods to accomplish this. The first method was by pouring a few gallons of antifreeze directly into the fresh water tank, then turning on the water pump until enough antifreeze was sucked into the lines and flowing through the faucets and toilet. And I mainly chose this method to accommodate bathroom usage for prospective renters during the winter while the RV was winterized. A lot of people were using the RV at tailgating events for football games and things like that, where they didn't need to shower necessarily, but they still wanted to use the toilet. The second method, which I recommend, is by disconnecting the freshwater tank hose from the water pump itself and then connecting an external hose from the water pump out to the actual gallon container, or if you have a bucket you want to pour in an additional amount of antifreeze, you can do that as well. And then that way you can just pump straight. Once you turn the water pump on, you can just pump the liquid straight into the system. Once all the faucets are flowing with antifreeze, I usually just allow it at least a few cups to flow down the drains, and then I just empty all the holding tanks so they're completely empty, and that's it. It's done until the springtime when it's time to de-winterize. So that's it. Pretty simple procedure, and it's set to go for the entire winter. If I do have a winter rental opportunity, I just notify the renter that that the RV is de-winterized, that the only plumbing available is the toilet, and if they're okay with that, then I go ahead and fill up the freshwater tank with additional antifreeze. But other than that, it's good to go for the winter, and usually until about mid-March or so is when I go ahead and de-winterize and just go through the same process again, draining all the antifreeze out and then filling it back up with fresh water. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you got some value out of it, hit the like button and consider subscribing. I have some other videos too that are about similar topics and could be helpful as well. And leave a comment or a question in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.